The next few slides would literally just show the majors and minors that they offer. So what you'll see here within the Newark College of Arts and Sciences, if you're interested in biology, chemistry, English, history, psychology, social work, this is where you'll definitely look into your major. So that is the school choice or the school option that you are selecting when applying to Rutgers. Same thing within the Rutgers Business School. We have 6 different type of majors there. School of Criminal Justice, we have 2 type of majors there, and then the School of Public Affairs Administration that only has 1. So again, you want to make sure that you are applying to the school that you would like to study in. Now, let's say you are undecided. That is okay as well. As an admissions officer, we would recommend you to look into the Newark College of Arts and Sciences. We have a tons of majors here that you can explore. Maybe you already have an idea that you want to go into business. That is also okay. We'll ask you, you know what, choose undecided, take introduction courses so that you can learn each major. So there are options here for you. Again, each school does have different programs. So make sure to do that little bit of research to select the correct option. Then we have our unique opportunities. So our pre-professional programs. Our pre-professional programs include pre-dentistry, pre-engineering, pre-law, pre-med. So if you are interested in any of our pre-professional programs, it's super important to know that these are not majors. These are unique opportunities, right? So this is just a track that you'll be taking to prepare yourself for that professional school. So if you're looking into pre-med or pre-dentistry, we'll definitely suggest, hey, take any sciences related majors, biology, chemistry. That would be something to look into in addition to the track of your own choice. Pre-law, we get a lot of pre-law students. They want to do criminal justice, which is great. But also we do tell our students, consider political science, right? That's where you'll learn about our laws, our policies, and so forth of what's going on in society. And then pre-engineering. So as you guys probably saw, we do not have the engineering school at Rutgers-Newark. But basically what the pre-engineering program does is prepares you for the engineering school. Either you want to go to New Brunswick or you want to go to NJIT, which is right across from us. Then we have our accelerated master's degrees. So you earn a bachelor's and master's in a total of 5 years. I highly recommend this program if you're looking into a master's degree. You probably don't know just yet, but it's always a great conversation to start off with your advisor. These accelerated master's degrees is not something that you will look into right or straight out of high school. But definitely as a Rutgers student, you should definitely be asking those questions. What are these accelerated master's degrees? What are the options? As you see here, we have over 10 academic programs. That includes criminal justice, that includes psychology, that includes social work, business accounting. So we have a ton of programs to consider. And again, I would encourage, if you are interested in a master's degree, if we have the program, look into it. We do have study abroad programs. We do have over 161 programs. And with the study abroad, there's options, right? These options can be for 1 week, for 2 weeks, for an entire month, an entire semester, or an entire year. Only thing that I would highly suggest to look into is the fact that there is an application process. So you are applying to these programs. These programs can definitely ask you, oh, maybe you need a letter of recommendation from a professor or an essay. So definitely prepare yourself when it comes to doing research with those programs. Prepare to expect a letter of recommendation coming from a professor. There's also service learning and a leadership exchange, similar to study abroad, because it could be a program that could be locally or globally, just minimum time. There is a limited time, usually goes up to 2 to 3 weeks. And it's more focused on your major. So I say study abroad is more for your experience, but there's also opportunities for you to compare it to your major. But with service learning, it's specifically with your major, with your professor doing research, whether you want to do it locally or globally. And then we have our honors enterprise. So there's 2 programs that create honors enterprise. The first one is the honors college. So with the honors college, you are taking advanced classes, you're gaining leadership skills, you have special privileges, a lounge area, there's going to be scholarship opportunities. But one thing to really mention is that there is not, it's not mandatory for you to live on campus. If you want to be part of the Honors College, we do have housing options for you, but again, it's not mandatory for you to live on campus. Now, how to apply to the Honors College. Super important to know that not everyone can apply to it. To apply, you have to get invited. If you receive an invitation to the Honors College, it is up to you. It is optional if you want to complete it. They'll provide you with a deadline. You have to complete a couple essays. And pretty much once you submit the application, you'll be reviewed for the Honors College. So again, you do have to be invited to apply. Second part of the Honors Enterprise is the Honors Living and Learning Community. So the HLLC. The HLLC is a residential honors program that provides students an opportunity to live and learn together and is committed to revolutionizing honors, cultivating talent, and engaging communities. In other words, it's really a completely different process from the Honors College. We are here to redefine what it means to be an honors student. You don't want to say, hey, you need to have a GPA. You need to have this SAT or this ACT score to be considered an honors student. With HLC, it's all about you. We want to know if you care about the world. If you do, what are your plans? What are you going to do after 4 years after you graduate? So that's something that we really look into during your interview process. So again, it's all about you. It's not about grades. It's not about SAT or ACT. You come in and you express yourself, talk about what's going on in today's world into these interviews. So there is a first round large group interview. We're talking about over 100 students. And, this year was virtually, we had about 200 students. So it was a lot going on and it's strangers, but time flies and you guys are talking about what's going on. And then the second interview, it's more personal. It's a one-to-one interview. And we're just going to ask you, like simple questions, just like, what high school are you in? What's your favorite class at the moment? So it's very, again, important to know that it's all about you. With the HLC, one thing that we do require students to do is to minor in social justice. So you don't have to have that interest in social justice because we have so many students that are still learning what social justice is in our program. But to have an idea would be a great start, especially during this process. Now with the HLC, it's a lost dollar residential scholarship, which means that this HLC program covers the cost of your tuition, of your room and board. So again, you get to live on campus for free. It gives you that personalized advisement and guidance to explore your major and career options. And it helps you transition from high school to college because there is a retreat over the summer. I would say about a week retreat where you get to at least meet the people that you're living with, as well as the deans, the professors there that are part of the HLC. Now, for this specific program, anyone can apply. Again, there's not a specific GPA, there's not a specific SAT or ACT. Anyone can apply by just selecting that they are interested in the HLC program. In addition to the HLC, or in addition to our unique opportunities, we also have our EOF program. So what is the EOF program? And you guys might already know by now, it really provides the financial assistance and support services to students that are academically and economically disadvantaged backgrounds. I myself was in the EOF program. I myself was in the EOF program in New Brunswick as well. And honestly, I was a newbie to this college life. I was the first one in my family to go to college. I didn't know exactly what to expect. I was going to a completely different town. So I was a little bit confused. But with the EOF program, because of their 5-week program, summer program, I was able to understand the classes, understand the campus. I was able to literally have that smooth transition from high school to college. It's a little bit different because I didn't have teachers every day, contacting me or helping me out, but it also gave me that sense of being independent. There's also EOF counselors. They're there to provide you that personal and career advice So if you are struggling, back at home or having any personal issues, it would be great to contact them. Or maybe you're interested in a specific internship and don't know who to reach out, or maybe you're struggling with one of your classes. EOF counselors are there all 4 years to assist you. And in addition, there will be an EOF grant each semester as part of your financial aid package. Now, how to become part of the EOF program, there is a financial criteria that I provided in the box there. So if it's something that you are interested in, I would say, if you have your household income is more than that, unfortunately, you won't be eligible, but we have a lot more programs to offer. But if you fall right under, right there, I would highly suggest looking into the EOF program. And then our application process. So very similar to all three campuses, we have our online application with essay. So that essay is required when you complete your Rutgers application. The second part of the application would be the self-reported academic record. So that first account is for your application. The second account will be for your SRAR, and the SRAR is your high school transcript. You're manually inputting all of your grades and all of your classes that you received from 9th through 12th grade into the SRAR. So it's super important. If you don't have this, your application will not be read until we actually have it. There is a $70 application fee. There are ways to waive it, such as if you receive free and reduced lunch, if you're eligible for the EOF, or if you have any type of fee waivers. Basically, what would happen is your application fee will be waived. Now, if you're applying to all three campuses, all you need is one application, meaning one fee. You don't need to make an account for Rutgers, New Brunswick, and another account for Rutgers, Newark, and another account for Rutgers, Camden. All you need is one account to apply to all three campuses. Our early action deadline is November 1st. Our regular action deadline is December 1st. We encourage you guys to apply by December 1st so that you are eligible or considered for our scholarships. If you apply after December 1st, because we still accept applications, you definitely can, but just keep in mind that you will no longer be considered for any type of scholarships. And then you are always welcome to view your status, view any documents that you are missing on the application portal. So again, super important. And then you can definitely stay in touch if you guys have any questions. Again, my name is Jessica Rueda. Yes, Jessica with one S. I am the admissions officer here at Rutgers Newark. Feel free to reach out either by email, by phone number, by any of our social media. And I do have a sign up to learn more about Rutgers Newark. If you are interested, it just requires you to input your first name, last name, as well as email address. For information, would non-freshman students be able to apply to the Honors College? Great question. Yes, you are able to actually apply on an ongoing basis. So if you are a first-year student, second year, sophomore, junior, to the Honors College, you will be considered. Any other questions? So I'm not sure if you guys have already applied to Rutgers, and if you haven't, I just wanted to share with you guys the application preview. So I get a lot of, but what kind of questions do you guys ask for the essay? And it'll be great if you guys can just look at the preview, see what questions we ask. There's always a topic of your own choice that you can look into. But again, I know students that they want to just really know what are the actual questions here. So I would just say keep on scrolling, clicking, and you'll be able to find the questions itself. If we didn't qualify for EOF at Newark, what other financial aid would Rutgers Newark be able to offer, if any? So in addition to the EOF programs, we do have support, financial support programs. So basically what would happen is that there's merit-based scholarships, and then there's financial aid-based scholarships, as well as Rutgers grants. So that is one thing to really consider, really look at when it comes to your financial aid. We'll give you the whole snippet, we'll give you the package before you even say yes. And let's say you're missing, you're like, you know what, I still have to pay $2,000, I still have to pay $3,000. My recommendation is Rutgers University is a big institution. Reach out to us, right? Say, hey, I do know that that I still have to pay X, Y, and Z amounts. Is there any way that I can get an additional funds? And trust me, you'll get a response with what you can do next. So again, we have merit-based scholarship, we do have financial-based scholarships, and we do have Rutgers grants. We do have a scholarship opportunity called Run to the Top, where if you live in certain areas of New Jersey, we pay off your entire tuition. So that's also in a scholarship, and that's called Run to the Top. And then we have a new grant proposing. New Jersey is proposing a new grant as well. So stay tuned for that information. It's called Garden State Grant. And it's going to be a big change, honestly, for students to come in, actually go into college in hopes of not having any debts afterwards. A great question. And then just wanted to reiterate for the HLC, it doesn't cover your tuition, but it does cover room and board. So that's also one thing to consider. Does working for the university come with any benefits? For example, being a student ambassador. So I would say yes. So I myself, when I was in college, I used to work for the university, and I kind of knew more information because, well, back then I would say the adults talk. And I would know more information first than any of my friends. So that's one thing to consider. Also, when it comes to graduating, right? So you graduate with your major. If you have some sort of connection, if you have worked at that specific office department, most likely you can start off at that specific office or department, right? Start off just stay there for a couple months until you actually settle in a job. So that's also one thing that I noticed when I was, and it's a different situation for everyone, but when I was a student ambassador at Rutgers University in New Brunswick, I actually started working in the department as an office assistant. So it could be as simple as that, but it's a start off. For me, I graduated, I was like, I had no idea what to do. I was clueless. But when I was able to get that position, I was like, yeah, for the summer, yes, say yes, because, I can always look into something else later on. So I would say yes, there's a lot of benefits, not only work-wise, but, you'll know information a lot sooner. There's going to be special privileges as well. So every campus is different, but there are special privileges. I know for our students, our student ambassadors here at Rutgers-Newark, they get tickets for games. They get, free coffee at Starbucks. So there again, privileges as well. Anything else? Jessica, thank you so much for those questions. I'm pretty sure they're great. They're going to help the students here. It's a great start off here. All right, guys. Well, I do want to say thank you so much for joining this session. If you guys do have any question, I'm going to actually put my email address. I know I included it before, but if you guys do have any direct questions, please let me know. And yes, I did spell my name right. I get a lot of, I sent it to Jessica with 2 S's. I thought you just missed one. And I'm like, no, I did not. Thank you, everyone.